So we're reading from the Caitanya Caritamrta, October 30th, and this is the story within a story. This is chapter 13. And this story is called Mahaprabhu's Rath Yatra Dancing and Ras Leela Bhav. So we're on the preliminary verses describing Jagannath mounting the cart, and it's a long story, 111 verses. It may take a week or two or so. It's very nice. We want to transport ourselves to Puri and try to see and visualize what we're hearing, and try to feel what we're hearing, and pray for some of this beautiful pastime will come in our heart. We left off yesterday with Tucha Seva, Kripara Bhajan. That Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was very impressed by a big person doing a small thing. A big person doing a very insignificant and small thing. A king became a Bangi. A king, if you're Indian, it really means something. A Raja became a Bangi, a Raj. A king became a Bangi. Bangi means street sweeper, brooming the street, sweeping the street with a broom. Considered a very low-class occupation. And he's the king. He has thousands of people to sweep the streets, thousands of servants. In his own palace, what to speak of his kingdom. Yet King Prataparudra and Arissa, he agreed to become a sweeper. For anyone of this world? No. He'll not touch a broom. He won't even get anywhere. He won't get 100 feet near a broom, but he'll pick up a broom in his soft hands, or whatever soft. But he'll pick up a broom in his hands, and he'll sweep the road for God. So a big person can do even a small task if it's for the pleasure of God, and that's what devotional service is. It may be the smallest insignificant task. We may be asked to clean the toilets. We may be asked to take out the trash. We may be asked to cut vegetables. Then we say, oh no, I am a Brahmin. I am Paka Brahmin. I am Kshatriya. Don't you know? I am Goswami caste. I am Thakur. I can't do this. And well, the gopis don't think like that. This is Tucha Seva. Such a proud attitude. Such an attitude which is we're attached to our upadis, our born designations, which are far removed from our spiritual identity, prohibit us from receiving the mercy of the Lord. It says in Mahaprabhu, it says Kripara Bhajana. King Prataparudra became a suitable candidate to receive the mercy of the Lord because he took on Tucha Seva, Nichi Seva. Gave up his pride, gave up his position, everything to please the Lord. The Lord wants this, I will do it. The Guru wants this, I will do it. Very nice. So this was the point it was made. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. We read that. Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila. Now the story goes on. It takes 19. Rater sajani deki loke chamatkar navahima maya rata sumeru akar. Now we want to see the cart. We saw someone doing something. The king is sweeping in front of the cart, Jagannath's cart, Baladev Subhadra. Now the carts, everyone was astonished to see the decorations on the Rath car. The car looked like it was made of gold. And Jagannath's cart was as tall as Mount Sumeru. Shata Shata Suchamara, Darpane Ujvala, Upare Pataka Shobe Chandoya Nirmala. The decorations on the cart had many hundreds of bright mirrors and chamaras. And on top of the cart was a neat, clean canopy with a beautiful flag, Patak, Jaya Pataka. Jaya Pataka Swami ki Jaya. Gaghara Kinkini Bhaje, Gantara Kwanita, Nana Chitra Pata Vastre Rata Vibhushita. The car was decorated with silken cloth and various pictures. Brass bells, gongs, and ankle bells rang. Ankle bells. Lilayachadila Ishvara, Ratteru Par, Aradui Ratte Chade, Subhadra Haladar. Jagannath got on one car. His sister Subhadra and elder brother and Balaram got on two other cars. So they came out of the house, they each jumped in their sports cars, and they took off. There were 3 sports cars. Subhadra had her sports car. It was a convertible car. And then, and they're off. There they go. They got in their car. Tanhara samati lana bhakti sukha dite rate chari bahira hoila vihara karite. Having taken permission from Lakshmi Devi, Jagannath came out to ride in his Rath car and perform his pastimes for the pleasure of devotees. So that's what they say in Kali Yuga. The husband will be controlled by his wife. He's told in 12th canto of Bhagavatam. It's a speciality of Kali Yuga that a husband will control the wife. So this pastime is going on 500 years ago. Of course, it's supposed to be going on eternally, but it appears that even Jagannath, in the mood of Lord Vishnu, he's controlled by his wife. Because he asked Lakshmi Devi, "Oh Lakshmi, I want to go out in my sports car. I want to go for a ride to the country. I'm tired of all this palace life. And I've been cooped up in this room for 15 days with you, and I need some fresh air. I need a change of scenery. So please don't mind." All right, you go. I give you permission. Shukshma Shweta Bhalu Pate Pulinera Sama Duidike Tota Sava Jaina Vrindavan. The fine white sands spread all over the path resembled the bank of the Yamuna, and the small gardens on both sides look just like those in Vrindavan. So this is very interesting. Why the author, Krsnadasa Kaviraja, is explaining the scene and setting in this particular way. He's preparing us. This is what they call the Udipan, Vibhav Udipan. He's giving us description of the scenery, what Jagannath will see when he goes in his cart from Sri Mandir to Gundicha. And what he sees becomes an Udipan for his own Brajabhav. Because it says right here that the indication is being given. It says, Dui Dike Tota Sabe Jaina Vrindavan. This is what you call foreshadowing, because later in this story, because we're saying that this story is Mahaprabhu is dancing at Rath Yatra in Ras Leela Bhav. So Ras Leela is Vrindavan. So now to prepare, we're going to when Lord Chaitanya comes on the scene and starts dancing and entering into the moods of Radharani's Mahabhav, then he goes to, in his consciousness, he goes and he sees these things. Oh, these gardens on either side are like Kunjavans of Vrindavan. This sand is like the sand of Yamuna Pulina on the banks of Yamuna. And this is my Jagannath. This is my Brajendra Nandan Shyamasundar. He's so sweet and smiling so beautifully. And I'm dancing and he's dancing. And we're going together to the gardens, to the Kunjavans of Gundicha. So all this is preparing us that yes, soon this whole Jagannath cart with all this Aishvarya, it's gold, it's as tall, it's as high as Mount Sumeru, and there's hundreds of chamaras and bells. So this is all Aishvarya Udipan, the grandeur, the pomp, the grandeur, the circumstance. Oh, it's royal, it's grand, it's wealthy, it's rich, it's opulent, it's God, it's Jagannath, it's Jagadish. Then the next thing is, the next transposition is, he goes from Aishvarya, he goes into Madhurya. On either sides of this very opulent cart is simple sand is spread on the road. On the grand road, it says it was covered with sand. Sukshma Shweta Balu Pate Puliner Sama. Shweta Balu. White sand was spread all over the path. So Jagannath has all this pomp, all this Rajavesh, all this whole thing, huge crown and everything. And then he's looking on the sides, oh, the sands, Jamuna Pulina. And oh, this is the Yamuna, and all these, He's looking either side. Oh, there's a tota garden here and a garden there. So it says, Yena Vrindavan. Because we have to, when we enter the Shastra, what is the mind of Jagannath? What is the mind of Lord Chaitanya? What is the Udipan? What is the setting being set up here to reveal the ecstasies and sattvic bhavas which Lord Chaitanya and Jagannath will exchange as this chapter unfolds? So Krsnadasa Kaviraja is a master artist, a master dramatist, and a master writer and poet. Krsnadasa Kaviraja Goswami ki jai. Rate chari Jagannatha Karela gaman Dui parshve deki chale ananditaman. As Jagannath rode in his car and he saw the beauty on both sides, his cart is surrounded, his golden canopies, everything silk. He's seeing beauty on both sides. His mind was filled with pleasure. Dui parshve deki chale ananditaman. Jagannath Gaman. He's going as Vrindavan Gaman. He's going to Vrindavan. He's feeling so much pleased. He's pleased to see things which remind him of Vrindavan. This is Udipan. The sandy banks of the Yamuna, the full moon night, the flute sound, the color of the Yamuna. This is Udipan and Vibhav. So he's singing. What does it say? He sees his Udipan and his mind starts to become full of anand. It becomes pleasurable. He's saying, oh, this is going to be a wonderful ride. Now, some of the mood, we're touching on the mood of Jagannath. What is his bhav? And what created that bhav? What created that pleasure? An udipan, an excitant, a stimulant. What was the excitant? What was the stimulant? Sight. He saw something that reminded him of Vrindavan. He saw the sands, Jamuna Pulin. All these sands are like the banks of Yamuna. And these trees and gardens and groves, all these are like Kunjavans. This is Nidhiban, this is Seva Kunj. This is nice. Okay, now the scene, so then it says, and what is the effect? What is the effect of this vibhav? Then some anubhav follows. It says, ananditaman. His mind became thrilled with joy. Became happy. Now the next verse, now it's going to, withdraw from that inner heart of Jagannath. It's going to say, okay, back to the scene. Goda sabha ratatane karyananda. Shane shigra chale rata, shane chale manda. So now, okay, back to the cart, this big heavy cart that's taller than Mount Sumer. It was being pulled by wrestlers. And they pulled with great pleasure. Because a strong man, he likes to display his strength. A Kshatriya likes to display his virility, his chivalry. Oh, you want to fight? Okay, let's fight. You challenge me, I'm ready. A Kshatriya. So wrestlers are, come on, you want to wrestle? And I'll take you on, and and it's a good fight. Oh, and maybe I'll lose. Okay, the sport of it, the fun of it. So the wrestlers were enjoying. So this is another subsequent ras going on. The wrestlers, Vira ras, right? Hey, look at us. Come on. We're Jagannath wrestlers, Godas, the wrestlers. However, although they were so strong and there was so much pleasure they got from pulling the cart, the car sometimes went shane, shigra chale, very fast, and sometimes manda. You know manda? Manda Srimanda Mateo. Manda Srimanda Mateo. That's us, Kali Yugites. Manda Sumanda. Slow, very slow. So sometimes Jagannath's cart went very fast and sometimes very slow. Has anyone ever been in Rath Yatra? You've ever been? Has a car sometimes goes very fast and sometimes it stops and sometimes it goes slow? Same number of people pulling. Sometimes you can't move the cart. This happens everywhere. It happens in Puri, it happens in San Francisco, it happens in Taipei, it happens in Fiji, it happens in Delhi, everywhere. It's Jagannath's Leela. Same, you ever drive in your car very fast? Yes. You ever drive very slow? Yes. And Jagannath the same way. He's in a sports car. He's coming for a ride. The next time. Maybe there's some pretty girls on each side of the road, so Jagannath's going slow. Rajendra Nandan's taking his tile. Acha, wait, whoa. Is that a Devi Dasi? Didn't she dance last night in front of me? Hey, Balaram, isn't that the one who was dancing last night? Yeah. I think she lives over here. Then, boom. And with the pullers of the cart, they don't know. Why is Jagannath going so fast? Why is he going so slow? This is Leela. Shane stira hana rahe, tani leha na chale, ishvara ichaya chale, na chale karo bhale. It's all icha. Bhagavan ka icha. Sometimes the car would stand still and not move, even though he was pulled very vigorously. Oh, good! And all that. Oh, good! Jagannath Swami ki jai. They pulled very vigorously. And the chariot, therefore, moved by the will of the Lord. Ishvara Icha. Not by the strength of an ordinary person. Tabe Mahaprabhu Sabha, Lanavaktagan, Sahaste Paraila Sabe, Malya Chandan. As the cart stood still, Mahaprabhu gathered all his devotees, Sab-Bhaktagan. Bhaktagan. And he decorated them with flower garlands and chandan. This is the pleasure of the devotees, to decorate the other devotees with flower garlands and chandan. Ooh, take a garland. Take some chandan. This is Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita. Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu Das. So the greatest joy of a devotee is, oh, please take this garland. But sometimes we see devotees, they have this idea, they come to ISKCON or spiritual movement, when you receive a garland, you should give it to another devotee. Hey, Prabhu, take this. They take the garland, here, you take it. It's not given lovingly or respectfully or honorably, that yes, I honor you, I respect you, please, you take this Mahaprasad garland. This is giving. Tatati pratigrinati. Priti Lakshana, these are the Lakshanas. This is what drives the spiritual movement on, is the loving exchanges between the devotees and the individual devotees' loving exchanges with the Lord. Each devotee is exchanging with the Lord, giving his love to the Lord, receiving his love from the Lord. And when he receives that love from the Lord, then he says, hey, listen, I got something. I got some love from the Lord. I received some love from Krishna. I received some love from Radharani. You want some? No? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, come and get it. So then with that bhav, with that mood, he says, what is the love? The love is that I received the garland. It's not as esoteric as you may have thought. Wow, you mean he's in bhav? No, I just went to the temple and they gave me Radharani's garland. So when I received Radhashyam's garland, I received some love from the Lord, because Radharani said, oh, please, you take this garland. I'm taking darshan of Radharani. The garland falls off in front of me. It falls off her neck. The Bajari comes in, he's in the kitchen cooking the offering. He doesn't see that. He comes in, he brings the plate, and he sees his garland lying at Radharani's feet. He's supposed to make the offering and close the door. He put the plate on and he closes the curtain. Then he picks the garland up and he comes over and says, Maharaj, this is for you. So when you get that garland, they say, wow, Jai Radhe. So everyone's had this experience. This means receiving love from the Lord. The Lord is giving his love at every moment. Devotees are giving their love at every moment. Can we perceive it? Can we feel it? Can we see it? Usually not. We're too dull. We're too covered over with our own selfishness and our own egoistic ideas, so we can't see love or feel love. Even when it's thrown in our face, we can't even see it. So then, now that we receive this love offering from the Lord in the form of his garland, then okay, we caress it, we smell it, we honor it, we respect it, we touch it to our eyes, our forehead, then we feel, I should keep this love rolling, keep the love rolling. I should expand this love to others. Although I want to keep it all for myself, I want to go home with this garland, I want to go in the bed and put it by my pillow, like when Prabhupada used to take rest sometimes. It's explained that when he would take rest, he would get some flowers that were given to him, some maha flowers, and when he would rest, he would put the flowers like champak flowers, sona champak or gulab or dinko raj or whatever. he would put next to his pillow, then he was sleeping, he would smell that those Maha flowers. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So much honor, so much adar for the Krishna's love offering. So we may want to take that garland home and put it next to our pillow in the mood of selfishness, all the love for me. However, the Dati Pratigrinati, Priti Lakshana, in order to expand the love, look, hey, listen, guess what? I received some love from the Lord. I want to distribute to you. Then with that bhav, and that feeling, that mood, and that respect, oh, my dear God brother, my dear God sister, please. Now you don't say that, or you could say that if you want, but you're saying that with your heart. You're saying that with your mind, and then you're saying, please, or you can say, please, you take this garland. And when you decorate, when you put a garland, when you put a Maha garland on a devotee, you should think that you're a pujari offering a garland to Krishna. Have you ever done puja work? When you offer a garland to Krishna, you go, hey Krishna, take a garland. Hey Krishna, have a garland. Poink. You put it purified, achman, this, that, idam, pushpa, malyam, all the mantra, this, that, tantra, whatever. But what's the bhav? What's the feeling? Oh Krishna, I got up early, I got these flowers, I made this garland, now I'm doing puja, oh you please. And first you touch the garland to Radharani's hand. Radharani, by your mercy, you touch the garland, then you put it on like this. Then Sham's garland, you touch the garland for Radharani, you touch to Sham's hand, and you put on Radharani. So worshipping devotee means worshipping God. There's one tattva. So this is a very nice thing. Chaitanya, I'm just speaking on this verse. Swahaste save malya chandan. Swahaste, with his own hands. God with his own hands. If God, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is decorating Swahaste malya chandan, he's offering a garland. So there's always, hey Chandrasekhar, have a garland. Hey, wait to have a garland. You know. Hey, get out of there, take a garland. Can you imagine? Could you imagine how would Mahaprabhu put a garland on Advaita? How would Mahaprabhu put a garland on Nityananda? How would Mahaprabhu put a garland on Chandrasekhar or Gangadas or Shivananda Saint or anyone that comes for the 4 months of the rainy season? Narahari Sakar, Vasudev Ghosh, Govinda Ghosh, Haridas Thakur, and how he would put chandan. Here, take some chandan. And it's all watery, and it all runs down in your eyes and everything. Oh, thanks a lot, Prabhu. Thanks for the chandan. I can't see now. I'm blind. You know? You don't even wring out the chandan. You don't pour the water off, make it thick. You don't squeeze the flower. So each verse, there's so much lila, there's so much ras, so much bhav, so much kripa, mercy, and shiksha, teaching. Of course, there's anusara and anukaran. Some of the activities and pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are of himself, for himself, and by himself. But sometimes he's acting in the mood of the ideal devotee and giving shiksha and teaching us. And we can draw some teaching for our daily practices of sadhana bhakti and Vaishnava sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha means prem sangha. This is okay, sadhu sangha, hardware, there's so many sadhus and yogis, they're all sadhus. But this is prem sadhu sangha. Dadati Pratigrinati means this is Dadati Pratigrinati, this is Priti Lakshana, means this is a society of Premi Bhaktas. Everyone's aspiring for Prem. So the dealings must be full of Prema. Whatever we do in our sadhana becomes our sadhya. If we don't deal with Prema now, how we approach Prema then? Prem sadhana, Prem sadhya. So Mahaprabhu says, this is how you do it, kids. This is how you do it. I'm offering garlands, I'm offering chandan with my hands, and I'm Radha and Krishna. You can't do it? You imagine Radharani, if she puts a garland on her sakis, how she does it? You imagine if Radharani puts some chandan on your forehead, how she'll do it? So tender, so careful, so lovingly. Here you go. Lolita has some chandan. This is very beautiful. So on so many levels we're getting purified, getting elevated. We're drinking ras with every verse. We're drinking teachings with every verse. We're getting mercy with every verse. This is Shastra. Shastra Kripa. I think it's 5 o'clock, so it's a little slow story here. One verse every day, there's 111 verses. This is a story of Mahaprabhu's dancing at Rath Yatra in the Ras Leela Bhav. Why do I say Ras Leela Bhav? Because in other times when he's dancing in Rath Yatra, he's dancing in Kurukshetra Bhav. So what is the difference between his dancing in Kurukshetra Bhav and Ras Leela Bhav? That we'll find out. Sri Caitanya Caritamrta ki jai.